Hey everyone, here's Cuddly, Kitwana. What a great year for us Lion King fans. Not only does the original animated classic celebrate its 30th anniversary in 2024, it's also not much longer to go until the greatest king who ever ruled the Pride Lands, Mufasa, will get his very own live-action movie, releasing around the holidays this year, 2024. And this is the perfect opportunity to look at one of the greatest items, one of the best items of Mufasa that has ever released in the past 30 years. The best plushie ever of him. This Jumbo Mufasa plush from the Disney Store that released back in 2011, just in time when the Blu-Ray released for the Lion King. And this is a huge item, as you can see here. Let me measure him, because I want to get to this massive size right first thing in this video. He stands about 85 centimeters tall. That's around 33, 34 inches. And this is truly massive in terms of width. He's around 13 inches, 35 centimeters. So this is a truly massive plush, as you can see. And he is standing next to me. Take a look at this fantastic face. As with all Disney Store plushies, we have a super screen accurate face, and I'd say this is the best face ever on a Mufasa plushie. Beautifully embroidered eyes, the yellow fur that they used is also highly screen accurate. Look at that. It's got a lovely smile. Oh, this face is amazing from every perspective, and it is really true to the best king ever to rule the Pride Lands. It's got a really nice, intense orange mane with ears sticking out of it, and the mane always needs some tender loving care. Do not forget that. It's best to use a pet brush or a slicker brush every now and then to make sure that the king keeps his royal look. The hairs are very fine. They feel very nice, very high quality. But as soon as you hug him, of course, they tend to go wild pretty quickly. Take a look at his body from the side. Kind of like the proportions. Yet one negative thing is his stuffing, more specifically the stuffing in his front legs. It tends to tip over pretty easily. So I wish they would have stuffed his front legs a little bit more. But what you can do is give him a couple slaps on his back, because the bottom of his back is stuffed with beanbags, actually weighted. So that makes him more likely to stand. You can see he will stand like this. Without any support. It's okay, it's about the best you can get. Let's take a look at Mufasa from his back, and that perspective immediately reminds me of the famous scene where Mufasa and young Simba are sitting atop Pride Rock, watching over his future kingdom, and we can actually recreate that with one of the smaller Disney Store young Simba plushies that I have, and you can see they actually scale very nicely. Oh, that's so cute. Back to Mufasa. That's another thing I don't quite like. His tail isn't stuffed. For a plushie of this size, I would have definitely expected a stuffed tail. So that's a bit unfortunate. And while we are at the back, let's have a look at the tags. Got the Disney Store stamp that was usual for all Disney Store plushies around that time. It's been made in China. Nowadays, pretty much all of the Disney Store plushie production has been moved to Vietnam. And let's take a look at his feet paws. And you can see the embroidered Disney Store patch that all Disney Store plushies in the early 2010s would have. And I really liked this branding. It looks so much better than the super long tags that the Disney Store plushies have nowadays, kind of like IKEA plushies. This is much more discreet. I like this a lot better. Oh. And he is so huggable. Look at that, how big he is. He really is the Lion King. Oh. So I'm super happy and lucky that I was able to get him back in 2011 for the original retail price. At the Disney Store, the original retail price was $99.99. I remember that exactly. And he was available for a relatively short time. They did restock about 2 or 3 times. I remember that online. And unfortunately, that was it. So he's no longer available. He's been sold out for a long time, many years now. And who knows? I mean, the Disney Store may still have the patterns to create him. Maybe they'll re-release him later this year when the live-action Mufasa movie comes up. As that, he released together with the Blu-ray, and he wasn't the only Lion King plushie that would release. He in fact was part of an entire line. There's a couple more plushies that I'm going to show you. You probably remember these. They've got a line of absolutely beautiful 18-inch plushies. They've got an adult Simba, Scar, and the best Nala plush that was ever made by any company was this one here, the 18-inch Nala. All part of the 2011 Disney Store Lion King Plus collection. We did a detailed look at each of these plushies in episode number 51, so be sure to check that out if you want to learn more about these guys. They are so cool and one of the best Lion King plushies that have ever been thrown on the market, and I'm so glad to have them all. They're so cuddly and they still hold up very well. Even the big Mufasa is perfect quality. I mean, the fur feels very nice. The mane doesn't feel flimsy at all. And the faces are just the best, since the Disney Store has direct access to all the character model sheets in-house, which is something that the other toy companies do not have. So the Disney Store will always have an advantage in designing their plushies. Now let's put these aside again. If you weren't as lucky to score Mufasa back in 2011 when he was sold online and in the brick and mortar Disney stores, then unfortunately I have to disappoint you. He's very, very, very rarely ever on eBay, and if there's one, he's north of $500, so he has increased a lot in value because it is the best Mufasa plushie that has ever been made, and one can only hope they will re-release him for all the Lion King fans that weren't as lucky back then or weren't even around back then. Plushie is absolutely fantastic and really, really appropriate for the greatest Lion King to ever rule the Pride Lands. So good luck if you are trying to hunt one down, and thank you so much for watching this episode of Kitwana's Toys. I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I'll see you soon for that. Goodbye. And now the Lion King. It's a big